Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Prepper podcast, an unscripted ramble through the UK prepping life. And I'm joined again by a guest, so you don't have to just put up with me. We've got Panda from Panda Doors 4x4. How's it going, Panda?
Good, mate. Good. How's yourself?
I'm not so bad. I'm really glad you could come on and we could learn a bit more about yourself. Similar sort of thing to me with your channel, with the YouTube and that. So it's been good to look through yours. Apart from I'm still after a 4x4. I think you've already got one.
I've got two Discovery 3s at the moment, and I've owned about 5 or 6 of them over the last few years.
All right. Well, when we finish recording, I'm going to run something by you that I might be buying next week. So get your advice. Right. So we'll start. I ask everyone the same thing when they come in. So first thing I want to ask is, do you class yourself as a prepper? Are you a prepper?
It's a tough one. I'd say no.
No. Okay.
I'd say no. I'd say I'm just trying to be a little bit more self-sufficient.
Okay.
I wouldn't class myself as a not a professional prepper, but I just like to be a bit more self-sufficient. So some people would class me as a prepper. I just want to be a little bit more self-sufficient, not have to ask anybody for help unless I really need to, and help myself as much as I can. So you could call me a prepper because I do certain preppery things, but I'd say I'm just trying to be a bit more self-sufficient.
So my follow-on question usually is like, why did you start prepping? So if you're not a prepper, what made you want to become more self-sufficient, as it were? What did something trigger that?
So I wasn't in the army, but I was in the TA. So obviously they install that in you. You need your own kit. You need to have your own things around you at all times. So when you're out and about, you've got everything with you. Moving on to camping, 4-wheel driving, things like that. When you're out in the sticks or you're out, things go wrong, things break. So you need the kit there with you. So I'll probably backtrack a little bit. So having prepared kits with you, it just makes you deal with these situations a lot easier. And then, first aid as well. The things that we get up to, 4-wheel driving, camping, I was always big on first aid and torches, believe it or not. I have torches all over the house or flashlights. So as I've got older, doing these hobbies made me a little bit more self-sufficient and having kits, having the right tools. And then, 4 years ago, Christmas morning, woke up, just put the television on, my mum's cooking the tea, power completely went off. And I had to rewire the fuse board. So if you see on one of my older videos, I have a kit put together for that situation, basic tools to take a fuse board apart, candles and things like that. So that's where it stems from. Just a past when I was in the TA and then the 4-wheel driving. I think it comes hand in hand. If you look at a lot of other YouTubers, Rich from Bug Out Vehicle, again, he's a 4-wheel driver. And I think being prepared and being self-sufficient comes hand in hand with being outdoors, because if you're not prepared or you haven't got the correct kit when you're outdoors, it can be very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of become a prepper or become more self-sufficient just with doing these type of hobbies and stuff like that.
Yeah. So would you not class yourself in the band? I mean, is there actually anything like that? Well, obviously preppers usually have a reason, like World War III or solar flare, or is it just day to day for you? It's not anything specifically worrying?
Yeah, obviously, now I've got children and stuff like that. I worry about everything now.
You do, yeah.
It's kind of, I want to be more self-sufficient and prepared for everything in day-to-day life. You can't start. If there's going to be a World War III, there's going to be a World War III. There's nothing we or anybody can do about that. Mm-hmm. But if you've got enough food to see you over the tough times, then you're one step ahead of everybody else. If you've got enough food and enough ways to cook it, and there's civil unrest outside your house or where you live, if you can hunker down, let it settle down, and then get out to town before it starts again. Again, you're one step ahead of the rest. So I'm not preparing for any one thing. I just want to be a bit more, again, self-sufficient. If it does happen, we can hunker down before we can get out. That's pretty much it. I tend not to watch or dive into stuff that's above my pay grade. I'm not I'm just a fat lad who is into being a little bit more self-sufficient, a little bit ready for anything that comes my way. So looking into World War III and what's going on elsewhere, I keep a little watch. It's always at the back of my mind, but I tend not to delve into it too much. What will happen will happen, but if I've got food, ways to cook it, water, and a way to get out of Dodge if I need to, then I'm a step of other people around me.
So you're happy with the prepping, the practical prepping side of things? Because that's what I've tried to do on my channel, try and avoid the fear mongering, constant alerts that it's going to happen tomorrow, and more so be ready for this in case. But also, I've just lost my job, so my preps are actually getting used. You know what I mean? So that's what you prepare for.
I was about to touch on that. Sorry to hear about your job as well. I started a business when I was 23, and the premises that we have, it's up for sale. I'm in no position to buy it, and there's a guy coming in to buy it. We still don't know whether he's gonna keep us there renting or he's gonna take it over, because it's a MOT garage at the back. We're an old petrol station that we use as a tyre place, and my fiance, she's on the same plot of land in a hair salon. So this guy buys it.
Right, you've got three businesses.
Potentially, me and my partner could come out of business. The guy who's got the MOT centre, he's due to retire anyway. He doesn't mind, but the guy's meant to be turning it into keeping his MOT centre. So we may still rent the salon and the tyre shop to us, but he may not. So I, again, like yourself, want to have XYZ amount of food in to see us over so long before I could move on to another job. I'm lucky where, again, I touch on this on one of my videos, it's being prepared or being self-sufficient is great, but you need a community behind you of like-minded, self-sufficient and prepared people. So I'm lucky in that sense. I've got good friends that I've met over the years, so I have got jobs that I can pretty much go into if this happens. But while you're waiting to get on your feet, and I think it was your video that set it off for me when you said you come out to work, I want to make sure I've got 3 months at least worth of food in. At the moment, the house I live in's got an unusually shaped kitchen and we don't have any storage. So we've got like a outbuilding on the side of our house. So I've just knocked through and I'm in the process. I did start recording a video from the very first part and I've managed to delete it. So I'm going to have to make a new intro for it. But we've knocked through so far. And I'm going to bring people along for the journey for that and see how I build this prepper pantry from scratch, from a bare room to electrics to plumbing to putting all the cabinets in and stuff like that. I'm going to build it from scratch with the help of friends and family, because I'm no builder, but that
sounds great. That'd be great to follow along with, definitely.
So it was you that triggered that off with the 3 months, having a 3 months worth of food that you had to delve into when you lost your job.
I'm glad if I could help one person. There you go. That's it. Job done. Well, that I assume it'll be on your channel. I've put your channel down at the bottom there.
So I will document it all on the channel.
So make sure you're subscribed and following Panda Outdoors. I'm sure you already are. If you found me, you've probably found him first. So there you go.
You're doing really well. Your subscribers have skyrocketed in the last couple of months.
It's
the same amount of subscribers as me, aren't you? Now
I still don't know anything about this YouTube algorithm. It's like this, up and down all the time.
It's exactly the same with me. I started the whole YouTube as just documenting going out, so doing bushcraft, doing 4-wheel driving. It was just something that at the time I didn't have kids, but one of the guys who I'm always with, Andy, he's got 2 kids. The other lad who I'm always with, Brownie, he's got nephews. So it was something for them to look back on and what, when they ask us, oh, what did you do, Dad? Or what did you do, Uncle Brownie? But this is what we done. Have a little look. And that's the whole reason why we done it. That's why my channel's so diverse. It's not just me showing hints and tips of kit to do. It's fishing trips, 4-wheel driving trips, working on vehicles, which I hate, but it's got to be done.
So one of your most popular videos is like is it on the Mitsubishi?
Oh,
yeah.
That was horrendous. So Andy Poobs, the guy whose Jeep that is, he's a really good friend of mine. He's amazing with a computer, but with tools, he's dangerous. So it was like I was hoping to film, and even a friend come round who's like a really good mechanic and is like best clothes just to say hello. I had him helping and everything, so it was like it was hard to film it all. It was just everything was seized. It's just old. You buy 4x4s, everything's old, everything's rusted. If you've got an oil leak on an old 4x4, it's free rust prevention as well. That's what I call it.
I like that.
Oil. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I like that. I like free rust prevention. I'll have to remember that one. So, with regards to obviously your channel started very diverse and stuff like that. Do you think it's becoming more focused around this readiness now? Are you trying to drive it down there, or are you just going to keep it a bit all over?
I'm just going to keep it all over. At the minute, I wanted to still make content, and I was always into this side of stuff, but the fun trips, shall we say, the going out 4-wheel driving, the fishing, the being outdoors, the camping, the bushcraft. I didn't really put any of the preppery side of things on YouTube because I thought people wanted to see more of the fun stuff and the bug out vehicle I had and stuff like that. But with having the twins, it's not as easy to just throw your kit in the car and bugger off for 3 or 4 days and leave the missus at home.
Oh, twins.
It's like the hardest thing my missus ever had to do.
Yeah.
I go to work and so does my missus, but she has the kids like constantly and she can't move. Like it's amazing how much a little person can be devoted to somebody, but it's not fair to be coming in and going, I'm going to make a YouTube video, I'm off fishing for 48 hours, or I'm taking the Jeep and going up a mountain in it. It's not fair, but I wanted to still produce videos, and I thought maybe delve into the little bit of, let's be honest, being a bit prepared, people think you're a little bit weird.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit dubious on putting it out there.
Yeah.
But as you've just said, if my videos can help one person, then that's all that matters. And over the past 18 months, 2 years, the comments that I get in my videos week in, week out are amazing. Some of the same people watch the videos week in, week out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people like come to me work who've been passing and popping and who watch the videos because they watch it with the dad who can't get out anymore, or used to have a solid group of mates like I've got, and they like to watch them because they can't physically go out anymore because of illness. So
it's nice, yeah.
It's nice. So I enjoy doing the videos for that reason. So I'm still going to keep it a bit diverse, doing bits and bobs. But again, the way the world's going now, as I said before, I try and stay away from everything that's going on in the news and just be prepared for everything.
Yeah.
There's always something else to prepare for. There's always something you need to be doing.
There's always doom and gloom on the horizon. Yeah. And like you said, I mean, I'm the same. As soon as you've got kids, it's a whole new aspect of thinking for it. Because if let's be fair, if we were just a single bloke and you didn't have much in the cupboards and something bad happened, you'd find a way to eat. You could go out, you could hunt, you could do this. But when you've got kids in tow, it's a different method of thinking, right?
A whole different ball game.
Yeah, completely.
Going
so
a military operation.
How do you think people that you know find this? I mean, for example, your missus, if you don't mind me asking, what does she think about that side of things? Because I mean, I know mine took some convincing to think I wasn't slightly nuts.
I think my missus thought I was nuts from the day she met me, to be honest. But it's a weird one. So I'll be prepared. I'll have batteries, torches. I think I annoy the whole of the family with first aid. Like, the car has a first aid kit. The sea bag as a trauma/first aid kit. I've got a full trauma kit that lives in the boot of the car. The house has a first aid kit. The caravan's got a first aid kit. So I think it'd do everybody's head in with first aid stuff. And then prepping, me missus just kind of switches off, I think. But then, on the other hand, it's my missus that does the majority of the saving and putting away for a rainy day. So, without her realising, she's
prepping, yeah,
being prepared. So,
yeah.
I laugh and go, okay, yeah, you're putting that away for a rainy day. Oh, yeah. So, I'll do all the other stuff and you do that.
Yeah.
Well, I like Gucci kit. I like me kit.
Yeah.
But and then other people, I don't know, they look at you a little bit funny, but none of my mates say anything. But when they do take the mick, I'm the first person they come to with, oh, have you got a safety pin? Have you got a plaster? Can I borrow your knife? Have you got this in your bag? Have you got a screwdriver on you? Have you got this? And I'm like, yous all have been taking a mic, but yous all still do it. So
yeah, this is it. And I don't know if you found the same, but I think the more, obviously we mentioned the news is a bit all doom and gloom, but the more that gets more and more mentioned and more it becomes mainstream, I think people come more accepting, because originally me doing this channel, I would have waited for reams of text messages. I used to run a football team and all them lads would have had me life. You know what I mean? It's not like that now. I literally get, if I mention it to like friends that would have done that a year or two ago, now they're like, yeah, I get it.
I see where you're coming from. Exactly. And as well, I do security work, so you know what lads like in that industry are like.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, even if they don't want to give you stick, you get stick anyway. But a lot of the lads are just like, oh, bet you he's got this to do this, and it's like, yeah, do you need to borrow it? Oh yeah, thank you.
That's it.
But the little group I've built, and then we've got like there's 4 of us, like five. Sorry, well, they'll kill me for forgetting one of them. One of the guys I've met actually through doing YouTube. One amazing bloke. And he's now in our little group. He's from down south. He does hunting, and he come down, lovely guy. But again, he's got so much knowledge.
Yeah,
it's good to meet people like that through this community. So even if somebody does have negative things to say or whatever, I just forget about it and put it to one side.
Yeah, I did get warned a lot when I first started that there's lots of trolls that will give you crap on and stuff like this, but I've found they're few and far between in comparison with the level of support I've received, which has been amazing.
It doesn't help that we lost a few good YouTubers.
Yeah, so I know, yeah.
I think, was it Northman Prepper?
Someone mentioned him, yeah.
His videos were really cool.
There was a Scottish one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, he was more on. Northman was like a bit like me, like to be outdoors and prepared. I can't remember the Scotch guy's name. He done a lot of like food hauls and was prepping that way for a rainy day, but was a lovely guy. He used to hold a live every Sunday for the community, and he went. Doesn't help you've got certain preppers in the UK just spouting. I'm trying to swear, just spouting a lot of rubbish.
Yeah,
a lot of American carbon copies.
Yeah. The problem is I think they reach that tipping point where it's like, I mean, I'm buzzing that I've got over 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe that, and I'm more than happy with that because I'm here to help people. That's my mission. Yeah. Whereas where for some people where it turns into a living, they realize that this fear mongering, this conspiracy theory,
it sells.
Exactly. It sells, and that's the thing. So I've shown my missus, the person I think you're talking about, I've showed her some videos, and I said, listen, if I ever get like that, throw my computer out the window because I'm stopping.
there's not just, there's a couple of smaller YouTubers that as well are doing just like what they see Americans do, and they're trying to do it over here, and it doesn't work. Like a bug out bag, for instance. In the UK, a bug out bag, I've got one. I've got a get home bag, which is not a get home bag. It's more of it's a bag that lives in the car that has nothing in it, but everything to get me home is in the car. So I just can put it together, which I'm going to do a video on, and my unconventional get home bag. But if you know what you're doing and you've got basic, I don't even mean full on survival skills. If you've got basic skills, a 72-hour bag, 48 to 72-hour bag, will see you through most situations.
Yeah.
The country we live in, you haven't got to walk for so long. I think statistically, if I remember right, it was like a 5-hour walk, you'll bump into somebody, you'll come across a farm, a house. It's not like in America where they live in this big, vast wilderness.
Yeah, you can't just disappear into the wilderness of the UK.
He's John Rambo and live off the land.
Yeah.
Every young man wants to think he's John Rambo and live off the land. But in the UK, Mrs. Jones is going to be walking a dog at some point to come across you. I'm like, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah.
So that's me trouble with the community as well. There's a lot of good people have gone, and a lot of people who don't really understand or have a clue or have lived a proper life.
Yeah.
Telling people like certain advice. But one of the bigger YouTubers, his stuff back in the day was really good.
Yeah.
Like really good back in the day. But he's gone down that road. But there is a couple of good YouTubers now. Like you've got Lee at the Bug Out Shop, which you've already had on.
Yeah.
He's like a fountain of knowledge, amazing guy. Have you been down to his shop?
I've not. I plan to. I've got an expo down in June down in Cardiff, so I'm gonna bypass it and go there.
Unbelievable! It's like the only way to describe it is like Disneyland for adults. Do you remember the film The Three Ninjas as a kid?
Oh God, yeah.
Do you remember the granddad's house in like the woods?
Yeah.
Basically, the setting of his shop. It's like you're driving up and it's like, wow, this is amazing. And then he's got like the archery range, he's got bushcraft centre, which it's just unbelievable. And as well, he's just a top bloke, and you need any advice he gives you. And now he's partnered up with Prepared Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Which again, his channel's very military based. So if you're into like your military preparedness and stuff like that, he's boss. His channel's amazing. But then there's another couple of like, you're one of them, and then there's I've got it written down here. 1 second. I did write this down just because I wanted to mention it. If you were going to ask about the Everyday Prepper.
Yes, I've seen him. I follow him. Yeah, he's quite a recent one.
He's come up. He's quite new, and the stuff he talks about, like the solar setup and stuff like that, is really good. And then I stumbled across another guy. He's like an old, I'm gonna say old, like an older chap, 50s maybe. P2S Network.
Aha, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him, and I've spoke to him on the forum, because P2S Network is a forum. Now I came off that forum. Now it's nothing to do with him. That's his own channel. It's not the forum's channel. It's just got the same name. And I came off that forum because it was very, you're doing the wrong thing. Jump on your back. You can't do this. You can't do that. And when I mentioned about doing YouTube, it was like, jumping on my back sort of thing, OPSEC and, and all this. And I was just like, it's not the kind of community I want to be part of.
I tend to stay away from forums.
Yeah.
one, with me being dyslexic, it doesn't go well. So if I spell something wrong, or like I do the wrong whatever, like punctuation or something, and then you just find people just pick you up on it. So it's just like,
Well,
I'll do me, leave it at that.
if you change your mind, I've started a forum.
I'll take a little look.
So the only reason I've done this is I don't know if you saw the podcast I did with the guy Blue, the older guy, disabled and prepping.
I started watching it.
Yeah.
But again, the twins, they just take your iPad and
he had the similar sort of experience. He went onto these forums, and because he's disabled, because he's an older gentleman, people just on his back about it. You can't do this. You're not going to last. You're not going to do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. And there was no. Whereas, so I kind of started this for him and me and other people that are like-minded, where it's the positive reinforcement. You come in there, if you come into the forum and say, I've no idea what I'm doing, but I've got 30 cans of beans and an air pistol, nobody's going to jump on your back, say you're an absolute idiot. They're going to say, well, you might want to start on this track, and, actual proper guidance instead of, criticism. Because there's so many people that just have all this kit. You'll see their videos and they've got loads of kit behind them, and they won't know what to do with most of it.
Won't know what to do with it. It's like basic, like fire lighting. Like, just get yourself a ferro rod and go in the back garden
and try it,
and just try it.
Yeah.
Like, there's another guy you're probably not onto. I don't know how I stumbled across him. Olive Drab Alliance, I think he's called.
No, I've not heard that one.
He's an American guy, but he's a big guy. He's a fat guy like myself. So that's why he messaged me and I messaged him, because we both wear olive drab and we're both big lads. And he done videos on like why people are telling him like fat people shouldn't prep or aren't gonna survive. And he was showing you, don't get me wrong, it would be harder. Like many years ago when I was a lot fitter before I damaged my leg, Thai boxing, it's easier. But now you can't tab as much. We're all bigger, we're all older, we can't have as much.
Yeah.
But he does videos, will plan your route properly, leave things on the way. If you know your location to get out of Dodge is X, well, you need to put stuff in positions on the way to get there.
Yeah.
And he does some good videos and makes cachets and stuff like that. And he's, again, just wants to put it out there for people who go on other forums and other communities, and people will put you down.
Yeah. That's the thing, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So I literally, most of the founders that came and joined this forum when I first started it all got moderator rights, and they know the score. If somebody starts being know-it-all, jumping on people's back, they're gone, sort of thing. It's not about that at all. So, because, like I say, I think in the UK, it's still a taboo, right? Prepping is still a taboo. And we're completely disarmed nearly as a nation. Yeah, you can still get a firearm, but you've got to jump through loops. You can never get a handgun because they're banned completely. Crossbows are next on the chopping block by the looks of it. So, I mean, we are completely disarmed as a nation. There's no uprising apart from sharpened sticks and stones. So,
if somebody wanted to walk through Britain, it's done.
Yeah,
it's done. There's no. You get other countries where civilians can fight the way, the armed forces, stuff like that. If it happens in the UK, forget about it. It's over, and that's my opinion, because we've got no rights, as you've just said, for self-defense or bear arms or anything like that. We don't have any rights.
Yeah, there's ways and means. There's ways around it. Like you mentioned, Lee at the Bug Out, he sells some great bows and stuff like that. He's got an archery range you can practice on. But let's be fair, if you're coming across 3 guys with AKs and you've got a composite bow and you're like, just hold still, please, it's not going to quite work, is it?
Exactly. We all think we're John Rambo. Not bizarre John Rambo.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, do you think? So I want to ask you this. I know you said you're not political, so you'll probably hate me for asking, but do you think we should be doing more as a nation to be prepared? Because I did a video recently that Lithuania, Poland, all these lot, and I try not to do scaremongering videos, but I only bring the people the news when it's something that might be relevant to how they prep. And every other country's getting ready. bunkers, civil defence, conscription, etc. The UK looks like it's got its head in the sand. Do you think we should be doing more?
We could always do more.
But do you think the government should?
Exactly. The government could always do more. Through COVID, the government could always do more. And all that happened was, oh, we need to do something now. Oh, it's too late. Let's play catch up. And that's what our government does. That's my opinion. Nobody else's. We just seem to plod along with our head in the sand.
So they're gonna start digging the bunkers as the missiles are launching.
Yeah, as the missiles are launching, it'll be like, oh, we should have done this. Like, just get Bob and his mates around and Lofty and the crew to go and dig us a bunker now. But again, I stay away from politics. It's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But one thing I have seen, have you ever looked on your council's website for preparedness?
I've not seen the local one for me. Have got nothing. I wrote to the MP and said, "Why is there anything?" But I have seen other ones when I was in like Manchester and that.
So Liverpool don't have one, but I lived in Knowsley. So where I live now, it's literally 2 houses down and back in Knowsley. It's so yeah. I still look at their website. They do have one, and it's stupid. It's. I was looking at it like, remember your contact lenses or your glasses? Surely they're going to be on your face. Like when you're leaving in a situation, your glasses will be on your face.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it wouldn't have took much for them to just approach somebody who knows a bit more.
Yeah.
That, can you write me a list of kit? And I know every man and his dog, any prepper, or anybody who's in the military could have wrote done a quick list, bang, 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 just put that on your website. But whoever they've got doing it is little Timmy who's on work experience. Do me a favour, mate, just write this down. And it's poor. It's very, very poor.
Yeah.
The government, the council, they just need to be a little bit more with the times. If everything is going on, again, I try and keep out of it. But with everything that is going on, you just need to put certain things in. They're ready.
But some people might throw in the conspiracy side of that and say that they don't want you to be ready, that they want you to rely on them. They want you to rely on the 3-day food chain we've got at a supermarket, you know.
Yeah.
Such a grey area there, aren't we?
Very grey area. But I can see where people get that from.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a business plan.
True.
The government get tax money for the produce you buy.
Yeah.
If you're self-sufficient and you're growing your own food, they can't tax you on it. So their whole business is to tax you for what you're buying and what you want.
Yeah.
So that's why they want you to rely on them.
Yeah. Well, interesting. We could end up down a big dark hole there, but we'll avoid that one. I'll just mention your channel again because you've been on there 3 years. You've just hit past 1,500 subs, and there's a competition. Do you want to tell us about the competition?
Yeah. So every time I've reached a milestone, I've done a competition. So 100 subscribers have done a prize. 200, 300, 400, then 500, and then I've done 1,000, and now I'm doing a 1,500 one. The prize is can't remember what it's called now. It's the £10 like survival box.
Oh, the starter box from Lee, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like the £10 starter box from Lee. So what I've done is you comment hashtag the bug out on my video. And then it puts you into the draw. If you win, then all you have to do is when you win. So what I'm going to do is I'll screen record this and put it on my video when I do it as well. Is basically just message me on Instagram or whack me an email over to let me know who it is, and I'll get Lee to send you one out. Because I was going to send the one I had out, but now I want to keep it. So I'm going to I'll just get a new one and send that out. So pretty much that's it. And then when we hit another milestone, I'll do another giveaway. It's just a thank you for people that do support me. Again, I'm just a fat lad that like to play in the woods and go driving in my car, and it means a lot that people have supported me and do support the channel and enjoy watching the stuff that me and the lads get up to. I've said it from day one, it's not just my channel, it's the lads who are on the channel with me. Like Brownie, Andy gets spotted in his local village all the time by people. Because I don't know if you've stumbled across the videos yet, the farm ones.
I might not. I might have. I've gone through like just playing back to back sometimes. So
Jeremy Clarkson's farm come out on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time down on the farm, and it's my mate Andy's family farm. So I've done a video, or I mentioned in a video, people are asking, well, how do you get permission? How do you get permission? And with having the accent I've got, you go to certain places and people don't really want to. Yeah, you don't really
lock the doors.
So especially in Wales, it's big in Wales for that. But as I said, if you're willing to help out somebody or do a job for them that they don't want to do, then you're gonna get. So when we turn up in our old clothes and we just get mucked in. Oh, you need a van moving. Come on, we'll move it. Oh, you need the cows coming in. So I thought to document the videos. So a lot of the farmers in the village have seen the videos and they find it hilarious. So Andy gets spotted now when he's like in the local takeaway. One of the other lads, Lewis, who's on my fishing videos, he's like stupidly good at fishing.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll do. I'm definitely going to check them farm videos out, so I'll have a look at them afterwards. We'll do your draw because I know you've got to get away shortly. So we're going to do it like this. These are the comments that it's picked up that's on your video. So we'll just hopefully it'll be all right in the night and go right the first time. Ian Brown.
Perfect.
All right. So
Ian, I'll this and put on my video and then congratulate him on it properly anyway.
No problem. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on the channel.
Thanks
and we'll have to get together and do some other stuff at some point soon. So do you want to say goodbye to the viewers?
Thanks for having me on. Don't forget, like the video. Every little helps on the analytics. And I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully we'll get out and do a proper video at some point.
Definitely. And from me, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, well done. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out Panda's channel, which is below, and it'll all be linked in the comments. See ya.
See you on the next one.